For this project, I'm going to use inexpensive dollar store flowers to make a beautiful fall wreath. So I'm going to take this flower, I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to iron it on a low setting so it's nice and flat. And then I'm going to attach another flower so that it has some dimension and it looks much fuller. For another flower, I used a sunflower in the middle, so they're slightly different. This small flower is actually made up of 3 flowers, including this red one, a more orange one, and then a yellow one for contrast. And then I'm going to take them all apart and then reassemble them. So for this, I have a plain wreath, and I'm just going to wrap some scrap burlap that I have around the house. You can also find burlap in ribbon form. So I'm just going to kind of willy-nilly wrap it around. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's just for a base. You're going to cover most of it with flowers anyway. So I'm just going to glue it here and there so that the whole thing is covered. Once it's covered, I'm going to decide where I want to put my flowers around the edges. And I'm going to add some leaves so that it's nice and full. Put some flowers underneath to give it some dimension. I'm going to add some more leaves. So you see how the burlap is kind of getting covered here and there. Next, I took apart some picks and I'm going to add them into the leaves and the flowers. I'm going to curve the ends to give it a more whimsical feel. So I'm going to just use my wire tool and make sure they're nice and curly. And then I'm going to decide where I want to put them after I get them all curved up. I'm just going to tuck some here and there to try it out to see how I feel about their placement before I glue it in. Now I'm just going to take some garland that I'm going to use. So I'm just going to cut some pieces off with my little wire cutter that I actually got from the hardware store instead of the craft store, and it was a lot less expensive. I'm going to take these apart, clean them up a little bit, and twist the ends like I did before so that I could add them around my wreath. Now that it's all done, I have this beautiful orange ribbon that was actually a scrap. I'm going to tie it into a pretty bow so that I can hang my whole wreath from it. Just trying to get my bow nice and even and fluffy. And then I'm going to glue it onto the back so that you can't see the bottom pieces. And it's all done. I'm just gonna get rid of some of these blue strings and it is all ready to hang. Happy crafting!